Ba-ba. Welcome everybody to the Tavern. I have nobody with me today, but we are back in a somewhat good format. We have some news this week, what we can talk about, and all that fun stuff. Coming up on the show, what we're going to be talking about is NES pre-orders went up, and they are immediately sold out. We're going to be talking about CRACKDOWN 3 getting delayed, and a whole bunch of Final Fantasy 15 news. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. First off, we're going to kick it off with Overwatch. At Gamescom this week, it was announced that Overwatch is getting yet another free map. And they also released basically two shorts with it, along with the trailer announcement. Basically, one short inside of it with Junkrat and Roadhog, and the other being May short, which May short was really freaking good. Really freaking good. Really cool. I really enjoyed that. I won't be spending too much time on this, just kind of talking about how I just am so in love with how Jeff Kaplan and his team is working on Overwatch, giving you so much free content, because I will say when the game launched, but now it's booming with content, with maps, modes, and so much even more shit coming, different amount of characters. It's great, and I'm so glad this game did well, and I imagine we'll probably be seeing a lot more free content coming this way. So yeah, now I want to go ahead and I guess move on. I didn't want to talk about that too much. I want to talk about Final Fantasy 15 because they had a shit ton of news announced this week, alright? So, first off, for some weird fucking reason, Final Fantasy 15 will be getting an Assassin's Creed Ace. Final Fantasy 15 will be getting an Assassin's Creed like campaign almost. That's going to be free, and it's going to be, basically, you'll go to the, one of the main cities, I can't remember what its name was, but there will be an Assassin's Creed festival, or an Assassin's Festival, and then you will basically play Assassin's Creed. I don't know how long it is lengthwise, all that jazz, none of that was really released, all that it's coming, and it will be released, I believe, later this month. And it was really cool that they're giving out free content like this alongside those episode Promptos, Ignises, and Gladius that are all incredible, and as well as the multiplayer that is coming. So yeah, Final Fantasy 15, Assassin's Creed, I think it's weird. I'm not going to diss on it because I haven't played it. You guys know my opinion on Assassin's Creed. Maybe Square Enix can make the first good Assassin's Creed game in God knows how long. But that is not it. As well as Final Fantasy 15 getting a PC release date. This is good. I'm excited for what they can do with mods. And yeah, this game looks fucking incredible as it is. Really interested to see how it will look on Xbox One X. And the PC, and yeah, it was also announced the Final Fantasy 15 is getting one of those pro patches or whatever. It got a pro patch on the PS4, now it's getting the freaking Xbox One X update, as well as it will, of course, be beautiful on the PC. And another shocker that it's coming to mobile phones as well in chibi form. Basically, like those little chibi type characters, you'll now be able to play. They're going to be available like that. The voice acting sounded roughly the same, to be honest. So, yeah. Kind of interesting, but yet really cool in my opinion. I'm glad that Final Fantasy is finally giving a way for everybody to play this game because it is fucking incredible. I don't think I really gave that much. I don't think, because I didn't play it over at launch. I waited for a little bit. I had it at launch, but just, it never held my attention because there was just so much other shit to play. But, yeah, Final Fantasy 15, I'm telling you, if you have not played it, PC owners, buy this game day one. It is worth every fucking penny. If I had to review it, I would give it a 9 out of 10. The only thing that is bad about this game is that I would like it more if I could just do the single player from point A to point B at the beginning to end without having to grind as much as you needed to. I felt like the levels, they were not accurate to what the missions actually were, and that was really my only complaint. But otherwise, this was probably the greatest RPG in since The Witcher 3. And yeah, it still is one of the best RPGs of all time. And it really does put Final Fantasy X and that to battle is my favorite Final Fantasy. I love 10 so much, but Final Fantasy 15 really, the story is brilliant, beautiful, and it's going to be interesting to see, most importantly, how it will play on mobile. I might actually get it, but who knows. Yeah. And so then one more bit, there was with interviews, and they asked him what would if Final Fantasy 15 2 would be real. Of course, the other games to get sequels are 10 and 13. And I don't know. They really don't. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but if you have not, I'm gonna actually go ahead and spoil it. So if you were, go ahead, skip forward a little bit. So yes, just go ahead and skip forward a bit so I can talk about this. So yeah, go ahead and skip now. All right, hope you're gone. All right, so with Noctis dying, giving his life, there really isn't too much way for the player to have it tend to. Of course, you can say the same thing with 10, with Titus basically vanishing and going away, that why would you need a sequel? But with this, especially how the Gladius, Prompto, and Ignis worked, there could easily be a sequel. And you see in these how they could play out. They could do fully fledged out stories between these three, each one of them having their specific missions. And I think that would be really cool. But of course, what would the objective be? They knew what his destiny was. And it just sucked. But if you brought him back, that really does have the impact of the ending of the first game. So yeah, I'm not sure, but I am excited. I'm really happy Final Fantasy 15 is still cranking out the content like no other. It's fantastic. If you have not played Final Fantasy 15, play it. Fucking play it. It's an absolute masterpiece. So yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to SNES pre-orders. This will kind of tie into basically. Now, I'm not going to talk too much more about Gamescom. I think Xbox's Gamescom press conference was a piece of shit. And, you know, we'll go ahead. Xbox Gamescom was a fucking piece of shit. It was garbage. I don't know what the fucking point of it was, just to announce pre-orders for the X. I would have rather had a nice, like, 10-minute thing of them saying blah, 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 blah. Pre-orders are up now. This is a powerful console. I think it's great. You can look and play all these games on the Xbox One X. Blah, 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 blah. Pre-orders are up now. Instead of sitting there waiting for the same fucking shit that you already saw at E3. And usually Xbox is like, oh, I'm bringing out the big guns for Gamescom. And they didn't do shit. It was just more of the same shit you already saw. And not even really new shit. It was just absolutely mind-blowing that Xbox held that event. Absolutely mind-blowing. Yeah, I just, it boggles my mind how that went through. The freaking Phil Spencer wasn't even there, I believe. That's how much he knew the fucking show sucked. Yeah, it was just annoying to say the least. It was a bad show, and they just did it to fucking put out the dumbass shit. Yeah, they just it upsets me that they had a conference like that. To be just completely honest, it was bad, just bad. Um, yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand why. It's just kind of irritating to say the least. But yeah, guess we'll go ahead and move on to the next topic of Nintendo. Nintendo launched Super NES pre-orders, and they were gone immediately because Nintendo likes to make 12 of something and then be done with it, and then say we don't know it's gonna be that popular. How the fuck do you ever think that? Literally, anytime you sell Amiibo, it's gonna sell out. If you sell fucking the NES with all these games on it, gonna sell out. If you sell the SNES, gonna sell out. If you but fucking do it in Super Nintendo 64, it's gonna sell out. Immediately. So, don't try and say, Nintendo, we don't know if it's gonna be popular. The Switch, you know what? I can buy that you say, oh, we don't know if the Switch would be popular. So, you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm more okay with that. But don't just say that you don't know. Because you do know and you choose just to say bullshit. And it just is infuriating because, ugh. Yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous to say that these things won't sell out. Um, it's Nintendo. You're not fooling anybody with this. It's ridiculous. Just get a little bit real and say that you know that it was gonna fucking sell. But you don't want to make too many of them. Just don't say your garbage PR speak of, oh, we don't know it's gonna be popular. Bullshit, you know it's gonna be popular. Yeah, Nintendo likes to make fucking 8 of anything and thinks it's a fucking happy-go-lucky land. So, alright, we'll go ahead and move on to the final topic. Crackdown 3 has been delayed again. You haven't been noticing, Xbox hates fucking making exclusives recently. At the launch, they weren't really that bad. They were probably putting out more exclusives than Sony. Then, as of recent, Sony fucking popped so many of them out, and Xbox is like, well, we'll make one. That's just kind of ridiculous how this got. It boggles my mind also how Scalebound gets canceled, but this fucker was announced the same time and gets the same amount of fucking time, and you put more money into it. Scalebound, no, we can't do it. It's a fucking. No, we can't do it. We can't do it. It was announced literally on the same fucking day. The only difference is fucking Crackdown looked more finished than Scalebound did. Although Scalebound looked fucking kind of complete. But yeah, I don't know. Uh, I it Xbox just needs to get their head out of their asses and make exclusives. It's ridiculous that you have at a big Gamescom press conference. You don't announce any exclusives. You show off the same shit over and over again. And then when you announce your console, it just is kind of a dull. Like, I mean, great. It sold out. You made like 100,000 of them, I believe. I heard it was very, very limited. You didn't make too many of them, which I get. Especially like this. You can especially take PS4's Pro's approach. Probably not too many of them. I think PS4 Pro was probably a flop to Sony. It is there for the premium customer, premium gamer, whatever they want to call it. It is there for the premium It is the premium product if you have the capabilities of 4K, but it can't upres, can't do any of that to my knowledge. But Xbox One X is cool, but it doesn't help you sell anything when you don't have games to fucking play it on. Great, I can play Final Fantasy 15 in 4K? Okay, but I played that already. It kind of is ridiculous for them to kind of say that this was okay to even do. Like, at some point, you gotta, I guess, almost pull the plug on it. I get it, but it's yeah, you just can't expect this. You really need to do more, honestly. Yeah. So, I'm gonna end the video, guys. Just kind of dumb. I kind of just gave my opinion. I just feel like if Crackdown 3 got this much time, why did Scalebound not get as equal as much? I'm pretty sure they were announced on the same exact day. They were announced at Gamescom. I think like 3 years ago, when the Xbox One kind of a year after the Xbox One launched. And yeah, it just is a little bit ridiculous for them to give this much time. And I understand Crackdown is a longer running franchise than Scalebound, and we still don't know what caused Scalebound to be canceled, whether it was the time that apparently that was taken off or whatever, for batteries to recharge, whatever. But I just find it ridiculous that Crackdown is getting this much time and nothing is getting done. I'm going to end it here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching Nerd Tavern. And if you could, hit that like button, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. And yeah, we'll see you guys back here next week for more Nerd Tavern. Hopefully back in the full swing. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching.